welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is David and this is David's Closet. Here we like to talk about handbags, accessories, small leather goods, all of those fun things from the male point of view and on a budget. If you're new here, I would really appreciate it if you would hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share, do all the things. If this is the kind of content you like, handbags, accessories, fashion, some home decor thrown in there, you'll definitely like it here. And for those of you who are returning and have been supporting me, I very much appreciate you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't keep doing this, because if no one was watching, this is a lot of work and effort for something that no one would see. So thank you so much for watching and allowing me to do what I do. Today's video is a haul of all of the stuff that I bought on vacation. We just returned last night from Maine. For those of you who've been here for a while, this is my third trip to Maine in 3 years. We have friends there. This trip was a little bit different than the last two. We have tried to split our trips and do different things each time. Of course, there's a few things that I like to do every time, but I did accumulate a lot of things and I'm looking at it all. So we are just going to try to do this in a way that makes sense. So I'm going to try to do this in like the order in which we went. So when we got there, on our way up to Bar Harbor, we stopped at Freeport. And our plan was to do some of the outlet shops there, like the L.L.Bean outlet. Pretty much that's the only one. There's a couple other like Maine specific stores there. And then of course we wanted to go do the flagship L.L.Bean stores. We ended up having to split that into two different segments, and I'll tell you about that here later. So for that trip, we pretty much just went to a couple of the outlet stores. We had lunch, and then it was time to hit the road if we wanted to make it to Bar Harbor in order to walk the land bridge to, I forget the name of the island, but when the tide recedes, you can walk across the ocean floor and get to an island. So we had to leave, but I did pick up a few things at that stop. The first thing, I love L.L.Bean. I don't know why. I'm not outdoorsy at all, but I love it. So I got this hat, and I just think it's cute. I always need a new hat. My current hat is not in here right now, but it's a New York Yankees hat, and I've had it for 10 years, and it's definitely showing its age. So I wanted to pick up something else, and this was, I believe, like $15, so could not pass that up. And on the back, it has a pop of color on the plastic clips. And then I just got a deck of playing cards from L.L.Bean. They were $5. I thought it'd be a cute little thing to have, either for myself or to stuff a stocking for a friend or family. I always like to stock up on things like that. Okay, so then we left, drove up to Bar Harbor, checked into our resort. I'll post a picture of the view from our room. It was absolutely stunning, overlooking the harbor. I love water views, so I was obsessed. That first night, we kind of just got acclimated. We walked the land bridge over to the island, walked back, we went and had dinner, and we just kind of relaxed. They had a heated pool, which was amazing. Then we went into the hot tub for a while, and then we went to sleep early because we, first off, had been up since about 3 a.m. to catch our plane to fly there, and then we had really no breaks or rest. And the next morning we had plans at Acadia that we had to be up for a specific time. So we pretty much went to sleep. Then the next day we got up, we drove up Cadillac Mountain. It was extremely foggy, but again, I'll post a picture. And then we did a bunch of stuff around Acadia National Park. We drove the loop. We got out at several places. We observed the views. We walked some paths. Then it started to rain, hence the extra poncho. So ultimately that day was kind of over once it started raining. We still did a bunch of shopping and other things, which you're going to see my haul here from that day. But it was a fabulous day, and I absolutely loved it. So one of the first things I got was for my little girls. I always get them a stuffy, and it's hard because I don't like the stuffies with the beads, and I don't like the stuffies with the detachable, like, glued on eyes. So I'm very picky with my girls' stuffies. Unfortunately, this does not say Bar Harbor on it anywhere. I really like to get them things that are branded, but it has embroidered eyes, no beads, and nothing that can come off and hurt them. So they got the puffin. This little puffin guy here, he's super cute. So that was their little Bar Harbor treat. Then I went to this bookstore And I also saw this bookstore in Portland, so it must be a chain. It supposedly is the oldest bookstore in Maine. And they had a lot of really good sales on some of their books. On their books, they were 50% off, and I'm just stealing the sticker off. This was originally $20. I paid $9.98 for it. And that was one of my favorite Stephen King novels and movies is Christine. So I picked that up because I've been wanting to read the book. My brother-in-law and I have bonded over our love of the movie, and I have never read the book. So now I can. And I love that. The only thing is it does have a crease here, but that's okay. And if you don't know, Stephen King is from Bangor, Maine. And a lot of his inspiration in his books comes from Bangor. So like Derry from It, his inspiration was actually Bangor, Maine. On one of the booths, they had Lafufus, and they were only $10. So I picked up a Have a Seat Lafufu because I have this itty bitty little rocking chair somewhere behind me. Oh, right there, my homemade Lafufu is sitting in it. And I thought he could chill in there, and my husband's never opened one. So for $10, I bought it and let him open it, and he got the secret Lafufu. So that was fun. We got this pouch here from a store. This is not Maine specific. You can actually buy these at a lot of places. We have stores here locally that sell this, but my husband found it, and he's like, you know what, that's really cute. It says, "People I love, 1 cats." So he wanted to pick that up. Got a couple of stickers that day too. I have the Bean Outsider. My husband got this, Made in Maine. And then I got this for my work laptop, a lighthouse with the state shape. And then my husband loves rainbows and pride things, so he got the state Pride edition. Here I have from this place, old trolleys. Of course, all these stores have the same, like, so I love Christmas ornaments from places. I just love Christmas ornaments. But you have to really shop the store because they all have the same exact stuff, and some stores are cheaper. So I shopped around. I got this one for myself. It just says Bar Harbor, Maine. Unfortunately, I didn't realize the little acrylic stuff is missing on a part of it, but it should be okay. I think this was at this specific store that I bought this one, because this one I bought separately from the rest. You're going to see it was 40% off, so I think I paid like $3 or $4 for it, so I'm okay with that. Either for myself or gifts, I'm not quite sure yet. They all say Bar Harbor, but here's this one. I love this one. Little lobster guy in the lighthouse. This one's really pretty. The lobster boat with the Christmas tree. You've already seen that one. That's it. And then my husband bought these. They had these for $1, and they're just like little brick kits. So he likes to buy these for his coworkers. His little like incentives for doing things well. So I love these. Those ornaments are perfect because they're not super fragile, so they travel well, and they make good gift fillers for people. So I love to do that. My favorite ornament of the trip is this little lobster roll, and it says Bar Harbor, Maine on it. And this one I paid full price for. I paid $15. I got this cat toy for the girls. It has catnip in it, and it has lobsters on it. For my blue Christmas tree, I got this anchor, and it just says Maine on it, and it's very woodsy and coastal. I loved the colors of this ornament. That one may be a gift for someone. This is my favorite one as well. It's a lighthouse, and this is actually glass. My husband pointed this one out, so I picked it up too. It's buoys, lobster buoys. And then this one is just a lighthouse with an anchor. It was such a good deal at $5.99. I couldn't pass it up, so I picked that up as well. And then for my coworkers, I got each of them one of these. It's just a wood with a little ribbon Christmas ornament. It says Maine, has a lighthouse. So I think that they will like those. Those were really inexpensive. And they were easy to travel with. So that was a good little treat. And then the next day, we went and did a lighthouse boat tour, which was really fun. I'll throw a few pictures maybe up of that. And that gift shop afterwards had an amazing deal. Everything was 40% off. So the season is ending up there. So these stores are trying to get rid of merchandise for the year. So picked up a few things. One is this itty bitty little tote bag from the whale watching tour. So the place we did the company we did the lighthouse tour through, they also do the whale watching tours. And that was incredibly cute for my Lafufus. Another deck of cards, again, 40% off of $5. So again, either I can keep them or they'd be a great little stocking stuffer for someone. For my formal dining room, I have a coastal theme I do every summer. So I picked up these two Bar Harbor, Maine buoys, and they were $9, 40% off of that. So just a couple of bucks for these. You can't pass that up. I picked up this glass. It's the Lighthouses of Maine. Since I love lighthouses, I thought this was great and perfect for me. Also would make a good gift for my dad, so maybe. I don't need these, but they were super cute. So I got this coffee mug and this one. And I actually have a bunch of these from other cities and states we've been to, the same exact mug, and I love it. So I picked up this one to go with my collection. The last thing is in this bag. I thought this was so cute. Again, only $9, so less than $6 total. It's a license plate, and it actually is a like debossed license plate. And it says Bar Harbor, Maine, and it's the lobster plate. So I think that's super cute. I have a New York one on one of my shelves, so I'll put this with it. My favorite thing, we went to the grocery store, and I got a couple of Drake's cakes. I got the Yodels, which are currently downstairs being eaten. But I got the Devil Dogs and the Ding Dongs, or the Ring Dings. These beat any other prepackaged cake in the world, and they're only available, I think, in like New York, New England, a few other places up back east. They're actually, I think, based out of Queens, New York, if I remember correctly. But can't freaking get them here, so I always buy some when we're in Maine or anywhere that has them. Then we went to L.L.Bean, and I can't show you one thing because it is a gift for someone. But my spouse found this. He wanted this ginormous tote. And it's in this beautiful like orange color. I think it got a little dirty from the airplane, so I'll have to clean that off. Now it is full of stuff because we used it as a personal item on the flight home. But here that is. He really wanted this, and I didn't realize it was actually on sale. It was 10% off. It's marked as an irregular, but I don't see anything wrong with it, so it's a win-win in my mind. Anyway, so yeah, he wanted this, so this made a really great additional item to carry home some of our goodies. And it's wet now because I just used that little pen, but I wanted to get that mark off for him. But this is great, and I think it was like 40 bucks. For myself, I went with the intentions of buying a mini or small, whatever this is called, L.L.Bean boat and tote, so I did pick that up, and I love it. And then I even got a couple of charms. These are an absolute rip-off there, by the way. $22 and change for each of these, and then this little hook was 12 bucks. So definitely go there knowing that. But I got this one. This is East Coast because it matched the bag perfectly. And then I wanted one that said Maine, so I got this one that says Maine. And then I got the gold little hook there. And then inside, we've all seen these. It's just a unfinished canvas bag, but I've wanted this size for a while, and I wanted one in the navy, so I was really excited to get that. At this time, I'm not getting it monogrammed, but the guy did tell me that you can actually take it back at any time and have it monogrammed. So we go to Maine enough. I may bring this with me one time and get a monogram while we're there and then pick it up before we come home. But definitely love this. And like I said, the other item I can't share with you because it's a gift for someone. So the next place we went was the Sea Bag store. It's this company right here, Sea Bags of Maine. This lady, she actually uses old sails from sailboats and other materials from these, you know, marine activities that otherwise would end up in the trash. and she makes bags, pouches, all sorts of really cute things with them. So we got these 2 pouches. They are very expensive in my opinion for what they are, so I was very limited on what I bought. But we got these 2 pouches. My husband wanted the heart one, and then on the back it says sea bags. Mine is the state of Maine with a heart because I love Maine. And then on the back here, I love this character from whatever this was before, probably a sale, that it actually has that on it. Currently what's in here is those Christmas ornaments that are gifts for my coworkers. And then the last and the most expensive thing I bought, and I went back and forth on this, and I finally decided to do it, was a sea bag from the Sea Bag store. And it's this like barrel duffel bag in this like 1980s perfect color combination. Absolutely fell in love with it. Like 1970s, 80s, you know, like the whatever. Love this color. This was $170 though, which for me felt really expensive for what it is, but I'm so glad I did it. Of course, this is all recycled marine material, like wind sails and things like that. They do have good zippers. They're YKK zippers. And then inside, it's unfinished, just the other side of the material, so they're not very thick. But I was excited because I have this Coach wallet, which I think is a really good match for the bag. So anyway, really love this. Like I said, not intended. When I went in there, I went in for a pouch and that was it. But then I saw this color combination and I kind of fell in love with it. So I did buy it. It does fit on my shoulder just fine. The straps are not the most comfortable, but they will do. And I just love this so much. You'll probably see another video on this later. But if you do go to Maine, definitely check out the Sea Bag store. They are pricey, but I do think they're worth the money in my opinion. That was a lot, and I'm sorry if this video was long and boring, but that is all of the goodies I brought home from Maine, with the exception of some gifts that you can't see because people who watch my videos are the recipients of those. One of them is literally right out of touch right here, so if I just turn it, you would see it, and if you were the person receiving it, you would know what it was. And I can't do that, obviously. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know what your favorite item I bought is. Let me know if you've been to Maine, if you've done any of these activities, or something I need to do that I haven't done yet there. Let me know. I'm always up for new and exciting things. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you next time. Bye.